All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Sunday, May 23rd, 2021. We got day 2 of the playoffs. And let's recap yesterday. Yesterday, a pattern and a trend continued. And if it continues this way, man, if it continues to be like this, I guess they're making life easier for us. But on the 22nd, the two games on the surface that had the 22s both came through. The Mavericks got their 22nd away win, and now this is 3 days in a row of it being just like this with the NBA. Mavericks got the 22nd away win on the 22nd, and we thought there was a good chance the Mavericks would steal at least one of the first two. There's a possibility they steal both. Talked about that. So they did steal one of the first two, and the Celtics picked up their 22nd away loss on the 22nd. And remember, the day before that, Grizzlies got the 21st away win of the season on the 21st. The day before that, somebody picked up the 20 on the 20th. Whatever game was on the 20th was just straight away 20. And then with that Blazers-Nuggets game, we saw that if the Blazers did win yesterday, that they'd get their 23rd away win, and then their next away game is on the 24th at Denver. So if the Blazers steal the first two from Denver, they'll pick up the 24th away win on the 24th. And, in this game with the Blazers and Nuggets, both star players had the alignment pointing to Nuggets, Lillard and Jokic, but it didn't matter. So it was it was that thing. If they won, it would set up the 24th away win on the 24th. And notice, I'm just going to have to throw out the prime numbers for right now because they don't seem to be mattering that much with basketball. Something we were watching yesterday. Yesterday left 223 days left in the year, the 48th prime. Clippers could have picked up their 48th win. They did not. The Heat were on 48 losses all time versus the Bucks. They did lose, so they didn't stay on 48. Again, staying's never been consistent. When things are hitting with a pattern, it's about picking it up usually. Sometimes staying. And the Nets were on 48 wins for the season. We thought they would win. I mean, that was the game. I said that was the only game that would surprise me yesterday was if the Nets did not win. I do think the Nets will come out and go up 3-0 in that series. And from what I saw yesterday's game, I mean, the Nets weren't even playing yesterday, and they still won. And the Nuggets had a chance to pick up the 48th win, and they did not. And I thought that was the best 48 ritual with both of the stars being lined up, but in that case, it did not matter. So anyway, the prime numbers, again, just the other day on the 139th day of the year, there were two 34s that could have got picked up. One did, and another team stayed on it as opposed to the other team picking it up. So I got to fade the prime number relationship. I mean, I'll continue to look at it, but it doesn't look like that's where they're going right now. It looks like they're smacking you in the face with the most obvious with 3 days in a row, the home away records going with the date. So with that said, and by the way, you guys, down in the link, this post right here, the opening round matchups for this post, I will continue to update throughout the playoffs and just keep track of the series and the score. So the games that are already done are in there. So like Brooklyn 104, Boston 91. And notice the Nets won by 13, right? Nets 13, 91, the 13th triangular number. And actually, I know Brooklyn's got the 112. It's not 104 in reverse, is it? It is. Yeah, okay, perfect. Brooklyn is 104 in reverse. So what a score for Brooklyn to win by. And then Brooklyn's also got the 41, the 13th prime. Okay, maybe they'll come back and give us 112 in the next game. But okay, so this post right here, it's in the notes. I will use that to keep everything updated through each round of the playoffs. So this one's for the first round. Sometimes just seeing it all in one place makes it easier. And at the bottom of this post, I linked the notes for May 22nd. After today, I'll link the notes for May 23rd. But with regards to today's notes, okay, so the date numerology 69, 33, 15, 49. Sunday is 33. Today leaves 222 days left in the year. It's the 143rd day of the year. I really do think the 76ers have a great chance to sweep the Wizards. And again, it's what I talked about before. I like that the 76ers can get to 17-11 versus the Wizards because the 17-11 goes strong with the 187, and that's a big number in D.C. And I was just talking about Kwame Brown. He was drafted by the Wizards on the day, leaving 187 days left in the year. Um, if the 76ers win today, they'd stay on 23 losses for the season on the 23rd, and the Wizards can pick up their 23rd away loss of the year on the 23rd. So there's that straightaway thing that's hit 3 days in a row, just the most surface level pattern. Remember, these stats up here are not updated. These are the regular season stats. So the Wizards in the play-in were 1-1, and they lost on the road, picking up their 22nd away loss. Remember, they did that in Boston, 22 land. So right now, the next loss away, because the game that they won was at home in the play-in. So they lost one on the road. So right now, they're sitting at 22 away losses. They can get their 23rd away loss of the season on the 23rd, the Wizards in this first game of the day. I think that is very likely that pattern continues. 3 days straight, it's been perfect. And again, apologies, you guys, for coming out of the gate just sucking, because I have. But again, I am rusty, and I have not been following basketball. But right now, I mean, if they continue with this just on the surface stuff, things will get good here. The Lakers and the Suns, I don't see any super clear indicators for this game, but there is one pattern I recognize that could go in the Lakers' favor, and I'll show that here in just a second. But there's none of that 23 stuff. There's no 23s going on in this game. The day leaving 222 days left in the year. I don't know if that means the 22s are going to be more special, but that 22 could go against the Suns and in favor of the Lakers. They could get their 22nd away win. Remember, what's going to be missing is when the Lakers are at home, it'll show it one below what it is because they picked up that one home win in the play-in game over the Warriors. But the 22s on the surface, on the day leaving 222, maybe. If the Lakers do win the series, they will get to 42 wins all-time in the playoffs against Phoenix. We know Lakers is 42, LeBron James is 42, Arizona's 42, Jesuits 42. The Lakers won 42 games in the regular season. Jackie equals 42. I really think there's a big Jackie Robinson thing going on here. Brooklyn, L.A., Dodgers. And the Lakers are 1-2 versus the Suns this year, 1-2. You know, you can make an argument there either way for the 1-3 with the big LA or 2-2. Again, I got the distances for the star players, the playoff game number. Oh, that was one thing I meant to say about Philadelphia, too, that we're going to have to keep an eye on. Got to be aware of this. Ben Simmons today is 307 days after his birthday. And if Philly wins, they're 30-7 at home, like 307. So, got to think more about, or pay attention to how many things they line up with Simmons. But if Philly wins today, there could be something going on there with Simmons that we need to pay attention to. But coming back to this Lakers and Suns game, today is 144 days after LeBron's birthday. Jesuit Order 144. Yesterday was Lillard's 56th playoff game. Man, I shouldn't doubt the 56. Lillard dominated. By the way, I got to show you what they reported for Lillard. They made this point that Lillard was wearing silver shoes last night, and he led his team to 19 three-pointers made. Remember, in alchemy, silver represents the moon. The moon's on the 19-year cycles. They hit 19 threes. That's 57 points. Moon equals 57 in Gematria. 57 points from three-point land. And again, just right before this major lunar eclipse, May 26th. I think that's not. And it was Lillard's 56th playoff game. Remember, when you write out 3, it's 56. They make 19 threes. Okay. I swear to God, anytime I go against the Blazers, they beat me, and I'm like, why am I going against my home city, man? Come on. Come on. But anyway, LeBron, 144 days after his birthday. There's the relationship with 44. Remember, 40 has the weird spelling. There's no U in 40. It seems like there should be because there's a U in 4, there's a U in 14, there's a U in 400, but 40 doesn't have a U. And when you write out 44, it's 144 in the most simple cipher. It's also 54, like Jesuit Order is 144 and 54. But anyway, LeBron, today's 144 days after his birthday, And if the Lakers did win, they would get their 44th win of the season. Because, again, they got the one win in the play-in, so they're at 43 wins right now. Next win is 44. Could get that 144 days after LeBron's birthday. And Anthony Davis, it's 73 days after his birthday, the 21st prime, Lakers 21. It's Davis' 35th playoff game and start. Suns 35, King James 35. Remember Paul Westphal of the Suns died at the beginning of the year? And it was on the 44 date. He wore the number 44. Let's see. That's what it was, right? Dead at 70, died at age 70. Okay. Make sure there wasn't anything in these numbers. He died January 2nd, 2021, a date with 44 numerology. The man who wore number 44. That would have been 141 days ago today, or a span of 142. He died 33 days after his birthday. Okay. All right. Well, we thought the Lakers and Suns would definitely meet this year, and the Suns would have a good season. Again, I did think it was going to be Western Conference Finals before the season began, but I suppose it's all the same. They're going through each other to start the playoffs. And again, the Phoenix Suns are the one team with the true connection to 56 with the full name. LeBron wins this year. He is 5-6, so an opening round win over the Suns would be another 56 for LeBron, and a good sign for what we're thinking. And again, like we talked about, if this series is a battle, if it does go to Game 7, and if the Suns coach only won 3 games, he'd have 263 wins, the 56th prime. Today's game is 227 days after his birthday, the 49th prime. 49's got the square root of 7, facing the 7 seed. And Vogel. If Vogel did win today, he would be 17-5 with the Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers 175. Things like that can look beautiful, and sometimes they miss. But the LeBron 44-144 thing, I've seen that happen a number of times. Those numbers come together. Today's his 337th day of his age, the 68th prime. Okay, so yeah, we don't have any of the surface level stuff that's been the most golden indicator so far. But again, just leaning on leakers. And again, they don't have to win Game 1. And I think there is a chance with that 263 that this does go Game 7, so it could be a back-and-forth series. But yeah, Lakers have the value today as dogs. Yeah, just the 44-144 thing, and the fact that if Vogel did win, he'd be 17-5 going with Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, makes me want to lean a little bit more that way, but then again, I got a cold hand right now. I might be a shooter, but so far I'm shooting mostly bricks. Okay, warm up eventually here, but the Hawks and Knicks game, can't say that I'm crazy about this game either. I do think there's a good chance the Hawks take 2 of the first 3, though, just because that 3-9 playoff record would happen, and we know how much New York loves 39. There are no 23s on the surface in this game. There are no 23s. And again, these teams very evenly matched, but Atlanta did struggle against New York. They went 0-3 against New York this year. If they did win the first playoff game, Knicks does have the 41 connection, the 13th prime, if they made it 1-3. I just want to see if there's any spacing from the last time they met, April 21st, to today. Let's see. It's 32 days later, a span of 33. The Hawks have that connection at 32. They got the double connection at 32, the Hawks. Atlanta Hawks is 32 in the most pure cipher and 131 with the most simple, the 32nd prime. All right, hold on. In terms of the star players, it's 22 days before R.J. Barrett's upcoming birthday, just basketball and Knicks 22. 231 days after Derrick Rose's birthday, the 21st triangular number. Can be his 42nd playoff start, but his 47th playoff game. Trae Young, it's 119 days before his upcoming birthday. I suppose the coach of the Knicks could get his 33rd loss today on a Sunday. Hold on. I didn't write his name down. Oh, yeah, it's Thibodeau. I can look at that one more time. I might have said Saturday equals 33 in yesterday's live stream. If I said that, I apologize. It does not. Sunday equals 33. What happened here? Yeah, he is 24-32. He's never coached with the Knicks. I'm just gonna jot that in there. That should have been there. He could pick up his 33rd loss on a Sunday. The Knicks coach. New York, of course, has that 33 connection as well. Let's see. Atlanta from the 33rd parallel. Okay. This game is 293 days after the Hawks coach's birthday, the 62nd prime. He is 56 right now, the Hawks coach. That's McMillan, Nate McMillan. So I don't really think there's any strong indicators here, but I do think there's a chance that the Hawks do take two of the first three just to get that 3-9 tribute in New York, because New York and 39, it just shows up so much. And Game 3, what day is Game 3? May 28th. Be a date with 38 numerology, a hair off. They play on the day of the lunar eclipse. Think about that real quick in case they're doing anything with that big moon. The Hawks' next loss is 21 away, which also Sunday in the most Pierce cipher is 21. Yeah, their records are mirrors of each other except for the home and away. I'll make this note though. Hawks could pick up 21st away loss on Sunday, May 23rd. Sunday is 21 in the most Pierce cipher, 33 in reverse. So yeah, I don't see anything super convincing in that game. And then I do think the big value of the day is Grizzlies upsetting the Jazz following the Morant narrative. And I noticed something else for one more reason to believe in the Grizzlies upset. Again, the Grizzlies right now are 21-16 away for the season. Remember, these stats up here will only show regular season. They will not show the play-in games. They will not show the playoffs. So you got to keep it updated. The Grizzlies right now are 21-16 away, and they could get their 22nd away win. Remember, today is 79 days from Ja Morant's 22nd birthday, where 79 is the 22nd prime, and Utah equals 22. And then what makes this all the more interesting that I didn't catch before is the coach of Memphis. Today is 253 days after his birthday, and 253 is the 22nd triangular number. So again, they're facing Utah, right? It could be just that they're facing Utah on this day, but it's another alignment between the star player and the coach with 22, and they can get that 22nd away win against Utah. So as much value as there is there with that, to me it seems worth the risk, especially since we saw the rituals that they did with Ja Morant, how perfect it was. Again, remember, 83 days from his birthday, Memphis Grizzlies 83. Memphis wins. Ja Morant gets going with the 23rd points of the game. He hit the deep three to give him 23, put him up 23-6 for the game. 83 is the 23rd prime. And then the last game, his name has 3 connections to 81. The last game was 81 days from his birthday, when Curry hit his big shot to make it 81-82, and it felt like Golden State had recaptured the momentum. Ja Morant scored 7 unanswered points in the year of sevens to make it 89-81. And Grizzlies, they ended up giving up that lead again late, but then ultimately they prevailed. But a lot of little rituals with Morant. So it seems like, a star is born with Ja Morant, knocking out Curry. And, I'm not sure how long the hot hand trend will continue or the rituals through him, but the way it comes in, 79 days from his birthday, the 22nd prime, can get the 22nd away win. The value's there. The downside of the narrative could be that it's just pointing to the fact that they'd face Utah, which they are doing, but still, that's a nice payout if Memphis upsets. That seems to be the value game. And here, let's just go over the other things. Utah's next home win is 32. Utah Jazz is 32 in the most pure cipher. Grizzlies got the 131 connection, the 32nd prime. They don't have to pick that up, though, today. There'll likely at least be a couple more games at Utah in the series. Utah has dominated Memphis this year. They are 3-0 versus Memphis. Utah Jazz in the most pure ciphers 32. If Memphis came out and snuck 2, they could make it 3-2. If Utah won today, however, they'd be 4-0, and Utah Jazz is 40 when you run it in reverse. This is Donovan Mitchell's 24th playoff game and start. Morant's first. But yeah, just the prime number relationship and wins and losses. There's been times in the past where when it's synced up with a player, it's been very fruitful. And so far, the days of the year, the prime number relationships haven't mattered, but the player alignments, they missed last night in the Blazers-Nuggets game, but they've been good through Morant so far. And this is a typo, though. That should not be. No, because it's not the 22nd. That was a typo. Yeah, so just real quick, one more time. Today's games, I really think there's just one game at a time. If the Wizards lose today, they get their 23rd away loss on the 23rd, and that surface level has been 3 for 3 3 days in a row. It's actually been 4 for 3 in the last 3 days because there were 2 of them yesterday, and they both came through. So in the last 3 days, the 4 riddles that were on the surface like that have all come through. And if it happens today here, not a surprise. So Wizards can get the 23rd away loss on the 23rd. And if the 76ers do sweep, there's some rhyme and reason to that. And again, the Lakers-Suns game, you do not have a 23 ritual. But if LeBron were to win, he'd get the Lakers their 44th win, 144 days from his birthday. Relationship with 44 and 144. And if Vogel won, he'd be 17-5 in the playoffs with the Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers 175. Hawks and Knicks, to me, that's iffy. Today's game, but I do think there's a chance that the Hawks could take 2 of the first 3. So say the Knicks win today, I think that gives the Hawks a great shot in the next game. And then, again, just the Ja Morant continuing, just 79 days from the 22nd birthday, the 22nd prime, potential 22nd away win in a big upset. And in Utah, which is 22 land. So those are my thoughts for today, and go out to your guys and see what you guys got for thoughts. Maybe you see something that I don't, especially in the game where I'm kind of blind. But let me open up the call line here. Okay, the line is open if you guys want to phone in. It is the number on the screen, 509-560-4982. And let me check in with the chats. The question in the chat about prime numbers and triangular numbers and Fibonacci numbers, the thing is they can all be important, but historically what's been the most important from what I've noticed is prime numbers. You know, occasionally they'll do a super special, like last year with the Lakers. I want to say the numbers they hit were 21, 34, 55. They did, those are all Fibonacci numbers, but they did something with those 3 numbers with LeBron. I'd have to go back and research what that was. Actually, I think that was LeBron's first year with the Lakers they did that. So not last year, but the season before. But the prime numbers are historically the most useful in sports. And even though in recent days, the day count and the prime number hasn't mattered, I mean, there's times where it definitely does. So NBA might not be doing that for the playoffs right now, but prime numbers are usually the most important thing. Well, I have for the person who said Embiid and Simmons. Notice, are you paying attention to the screen or are you just listening to my voice? Because I have Embiid's thing up there, but I brought up the point about Simmons because the interesting connection for today is through him. So here's Embiid, 68 days after his birthday, basketball 68. But then I brought up the point about Simmons. So again, look at what's on the screen, you guys. Don't leave comments like it's Joel Embiid that matters, not Ben Simmons. I got it right here on the screen, both of them. And don't tell me what matters and what doesn't. Ben Simmons is a big star too. He came in the league as a top pick. Remember the guy who attended the draft with Ben Simmons died the night of the draft? He supposedly got hit by a car. Ben Simmons. He's a star too. 704.
Zach, what's going on?
What's up?
Hey, so this is Black. Long time no talk.
Yeah, what's up, man?
So we've been missing the ball on the Black Mamba numbers.
The 59 Black Mamba, that number?
59, the 211, today the 23rd, Black Mamba 23, most pure cipher. If you look at yesterday's games,
Uh-huh.
I believe, hold on, let me get the NBA standings up. I'm on the road right now. Okay, so the Nets stayed on 24 losses for the season.
Okay.
The Bucks picked up their 47th win for the season. Black Mamba 211, 47-5. Stayed on 26 losses. And then you had, who else played yesterday? The Mavericks, they stayed on 30 losses. Kobe Bryant 113, the 30th prime. Picked up the 43rd win, GOAT 43. And the Blazers did the same thing. Picked up their 43rd win, stayed on 30 losses. GOAT and Kobe Bryant. I'm looking for the Lakers to do the same thing. And if you count the two games the Grizzlies did win, even though they're not counting them, they will be at 40 wins for the season, so they can get that 41st win today. On the 23rd, Black Mamba 23.
Let's see. Okay, I see. Kobe Bryant 41, Black Mamba 23. Okay.
Right. So, looking at that, and then also what I find interesting is if the Bucks so happen to make it to the finals and only won 13 games, they would end the season on 59 wins. And we know Black Mamba's 59.
Wait, you just said if the Lakers win the finals, they get to 59 wins. Which team did you just say about that?
They would get to
59. Lakers win the finals.
They would get to 58. 16 games.
No, they would get to 59 wins. They have 43 wins right now. They won the play-in game, 43. We've been talking about that. That's why we like the Lakers so much. You get number 43, 7 seed, okay. Brady at age 43.
They both are attached to Kobe. But yeah, I'm just looking at just in case those Bucks snuck in there because they are the third seed, and we know 56, 356. Brown trying to get to 5 and 6. So
sure.
Yeah. So I just think that at least for this game one, seems like these Black Mamba numbers are what's playing.
Okay, and then of course you got LeBron number 23, King 23.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate the observations. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. See you, man. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Check back in with the chat here. LeBron could pick up, somebody's written, LeBron could pick up his 21st game one loss in the playoffs on Sunday. Okay, that's an interesting stat. Just reading that from the chat. What's up, 205?
What's up, Zach?
Hey.
I got a pattern for you, bro.
Okay.
Going all the way back to the first day of play in. I noticed that each game, at least once a day, they do a ritual where one of the teams has numbers for the next day, and the next day's numbers telling who's going to win the day. I give you an example. The Pacers played against
Hornets.
Charlotte.
Yep.
Well, let's do Grizzlies Spurs. Let's do Grizzlies. That's a better one. Okay. Let me get the Grizzlies up real quick.
Grizzlies Spurs?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the Grizzlies Spurs played on the 19th. All right. The 520 has 66 date numerology. Okay. And so does the Grizzlies. And so does Grizzlies.
Wait. Did you say 5? That Grizzlies Spurs game was May 19th.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm going back to show you like the pattern.
Oh, I see.
If you look, the 20th has 66 date numerology. The game was on the 19th. The Lakers and the Grizzlies both played that game, and they both have 66 date numerology. Values in their name. Lakers is 66. So they both won that game. A lot of times I'm getting the number out of since today is what's the day? The 143rd day of the year.
Tomorrow's 144.
Tomorrow's 144, right? All right. That was a Grizzlies game.
Hold on. Before we go ahead, I just got to make sure we're clear. Okay, you're saying the Grizzlies have a connection to 56?
The 66.
5-6.
The first game, that's the 6-6.
Oh, 6-6. What's the Grizzlies' connection to 66?
I wrote out Grizzly.
Oh, Grizzly, the singular
word. Like a lot of people don't word either singular words. Like I have a chart. I put out the name of the city. I put out the singular form of the mascot, then the plural form, then the city name and the mascot, and then just the mascot name. Right?
I see. Okay.
All right. Let me give you another example. Let's say the Pacers Wizards on the 20th.
Okay.
Where is it at? I should have got a little bit more prepared for a call. I didn't think I'd get called through and get through this fast, but let me see, where is it at? Okay. I'm trying to give you my best examples. Let me give you one from yesterday. Let me find it yesterday. More recent one. Okay, Dallas Mavericks. Okay. I had trouble between the Dallas and the Clippers game because of a whole bunch of stuff, but it was just one thing that I've noticed, like I said, from the playoff game, play-in games, like Dallas equals 113, and then the next day had 113, and 143 equals 113. And that's what was the determining factor that told me that Dallas was going to win yesterday. Then, Luka was 22 on the 22nd. But Dallas equals 113, and today has 113. 143 equals 113, and Dallas won.
Oh, and again, it was Luka's 7th playoff game yesterday, Mr. 77, so I guess that was one of those 7 things.
Those things. Once you told me those clues, and then I saw that 113, that was a lot for me. This next day thing works a lot, bro. If you want to test it, let me find another example. I should have wrote them all down before I called, but let's see. Who else showed it? Oh, yeah, Grizzlies. You talking about the Grizzlies game. Okay. They played on 21st, right?
Right.
Okay. The next day has one equal. The next day is 142, the 142nd day of the year, right?
Right.
All right. So 142 equals 250, 97, 236, and 83.
83 go with the Memphis.
Grizzlies. Well, Memphis. Say it again.
83 connects to Memphis.
Yeah, 83 is Memphis. And then they have that 97. Memphis Grizzlies is 97.
Right.
And like I said, 142 equals 250, 97, 83. The Grizzlies won.
Okay, so that's how you're doing it. You're looking at the numbers for the day ahead, and whichever team has a connection to the number of
Yeah.
the day ahead. Okay, interesting.
I've been doing. I started doing this at the end of the season. I don't do it like you guys do most of the time. Like you guys use narratives and stuff. I usually use game lines and stuff. But the pattern kind of changed for the play-ins, and I noticed another pattern for losers. But this pattern popped up after the play-ins. I noticed it after that, and I went back and saw that a lot of the winners have numbers for the next day, and then last night solidified it when Dallas won.
Well, they did get that 22nd away win on the 22nd. That just been the surface level thing that's happened 3 days straight.
That's been that too, but that wasn't there in the playoffs, the play-ins though. Not the whole time, but that the pattern I'm telling you has been. It's been there just about every day.
No, the pattern was there for the play-in because it's 3 days straight. So on the 21st, the Grizzlies got the 21st away win on the 21st, and on Thursday, the Wizards got the 20th home win on the 20th. That's 3 straight days, like I said. So today, there's only one riddle like that today. If the 76ers win, they'll give the Wizards the 23rd away loss on the 23rd.
Right. Let me see if I can find one more for you. But this, like I said, this pattern's been hitting every time, every day. Like I said, I do it a little differently. That's probably didn't see it. Although that's 3 straight patterns for that day thing. But one more. See if I can find one more. But I know it's happened 3 times at least, though, where the team that wins has it on this day. The Grizzlies, the Spurs, the Lakers, and then tomorrow has 66. Let's see what it is for tomorrow. Today, 33 equals 156, 66. Lakers have 66. Then tomorrow has 66, and then 50 equals 66. So there's another chance for teams with 66 to win today because it has it tomorrow. It has it today too, but I'm telling you that it's still the same pattern where a team can have the number that the team has is tomorrow the next day, and they got a chance to win that night.
Okay. All right. Interesting thoughts.
Just look into it, bro. Use a lot. Most time it's in the day of today is 143. Most times it's in that, and you write 143 like 2 times. 2 ways, like 143 or 143.
Okay. Okay.
And usually it's in the 143, when you put the 100 in there.
Okay.
But if you check that out, Zach, you're going to see that pattern that's going to blow you away because it's there.
All right. Well, I appreciate all those thoughts. That's a new process to me, so thank you.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right. Take care, man. See you.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a little bit complicated. But again, if they keep doing this surface level stuff, that might be just the pattern to ride. We'll see if they do it again today. 860.
Hey Zach.
Hey, what's up?
Just not much, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Awesome. I just caught an interesting observation. I just wanted to see if you think I'm reaching with this one. It's in favor of the Phoenix Suns to win today. I see LeBron's playoff all-time record on Sundays.
Somebody called in with this yesterday, and I just remember doing this extra layer of analysis isn't helpful. It's just like Jimmy, but who could have? It was Giannis. Giannis could have fallen to 22 and 22 in the playoffs on the 22nd. Again, those things can be interesting, but they're not helpful. It's usually more the surface level stuff. Go ahead and say what you were going to say, but yeah, it's just like yesterday was a prime example of why I don't even like to go to that level of detail because you can find things like Giannis falling to 22 and 22 on the 22nd. It doesn't happen. So,
yeah, thanks for starting with that because that is true. Sometimes I think it may be bait, but it was so today is like 254 days from 9/11, and also 111 days from 9/11, but last and Frank Vogel has 110 wins in the playoff. And LeBron has 156 wins on Sundays. 156 per number. I just thought it was interesting how it's like that perfect span, and if you don't include the play-in game, Frank Vogel's record is 110 wins. Like the Twin Towers are 110 floors. And yeah, it's with LeBron. It is 77th.
What made you connect
it?
What made you connect today's playoff game to 9/11?
6 there, and I your other work of Phoenix, Houston, Energy have kind of been tied in. So I'm like, oh, and then I saw the potential 77 there. Actually, that's with me now. But yeah.
His record right now, you did make me look up his record in the playoffs. He's 172 and 88 in the playoffs right now. His all-time LeBron. No, I heard you say on Sundays, but I just want to look and see what his record is in the playoffs right now. 172 and 88.
You'll probably get that 188 to tie in with the Brady ritual.
Yeah, that's true. He would get his 188th win if he won the finals, and that would be like Brady winning the Super Bowl 100. That's a good thought. Interesting.
And then Frank Vogel will get that 126 if you don't include the playing game.
Yeah, the 16 and 6. Okay, I see what you're saying. 17 and 5 if he wins. Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah, I mean, the Lakers and Suns game, there's not any super great indicators in my opinion. I mean, it could go either way, but that 44-144 is the most reliable thing that I see. Just the fact that it lines up that way. So.
I see. And, yeah, just while I have your attention before I leave, you got to see the LeBron playing dead on.
Can you fix your phone? Your phone's been bad the whole time you've called in. The signal's been really bad. I don't know if there's anything you can do.
My fault. Is this better?
That's better.
Okay. Before I go, you got at some point check out this clip of LeBron playing dead on December 6th before Kobe dies.
Playing dead December 6th before Kobe died?
Yeah, 2019.
Okay.
He gets a hard foul by then 24 with the KB initials, Ken Bazemore.
Huh.
And he just like plays.
Oh, that's a good catch. I never heard that one before.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, his call disconnected. I couldn't hear the end. Again, you guys, I mean, I appreciate the creativity and stuff, but a lot of times the riddles are surface level, not like connecting to 9/11. 702?
Zach, how you doing, man? Chris from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, what's up, Chris?
I've been following you for a long time.
Yeah, what's up, man?
I just want to say I've been following you for a long time, and you're very consistent. You're right on. And just a couple little small points that I don't know is if it's irrelevant or not. Out here in Las Vegas, we have the money line numbers, the numbers that are going to show who's going to win the game, and then also the spreads. What I've been following for the last about 7-8 years here out in Las Vegas is I've been following the numbers. And the numbers correlate who's going to win the game and who doesn't win the game. Each number comes out is very specific. So for the last, sorry, I'm a little nervous. I'm glad I'm on here. So for the last 7-8 years, following these numbers, and I've been writing a book of algorithms. And what I've been noticing is each number very specific. They'll put up in a baseball game, hockey game, soccer game, horse races, NBA. Doesn't matter what it is, any entertainment, but they'll be different. They'll put the same number up every day on a different sport or different game. When you find those numbers, you're finding out who wins the game. It's very consistent. I'll say about 85 to 90% hitting. For instance, tonight it's saying the Lakers tonight. The numbers are saying on that game, money line is the Lakers are going to win the game. So we'll see what happens. But numbers-wise, if that's something you can follow, numbers specifically that come out for each game, each team. I know it sounds crazy, but I've been doing it for a long time. And
so you're saying it? You're saying the numbers specifically in the over/under and the spread. If those numbers sync up with the team, you're getting the read there.
Correct. I want to slow down a little bit because I'm very nervous. And
Oh,
I've been hearing
okay.
you
So
for
here,
so many years, man, and you're so much on point.
hold on.
So,
There's people who've made a lot of similar observations to what you're saying. So this isn't new, your thought, but like for example, Phillies over under is at 227.5 right now, at least on ESPN. That might not be true on Vegas Insider, but 227 is the 49th prime, and Philadelphia has the 49 connection. But so does Washington. So if the over under connects to one of two teams, or how do you read that?
Well, for over and unders, I don't pay too much attention to that. I pay much attention to the money line game of the specific. For instance, let's see. I didn't think you were going to answer, but let me pull this up real quick. It'll take 2 seconds. I'll pull Vegas Insider, and it will say the numbers real quick. And if you go to the money lines and you click on it specifically, it tells you each team. What I do is I screenshot each team. I write down each number. I don't care about the teams, the players, and who it is. I write down each number, the plus number. So we'll say plus 100, even money, minus 120. And you see it. Well, some of these numbers will have very specific, a plus 107
I
and a
got
minus
you.
127.
I got you.
When
The
you see
betting
that
one.
plus 107, that plus 107 can be in a hockey game, baseball game. It doesn't matter what it is. They throw it on different games. But when it lines up, it always it hits very consistent. So you know whether to stay away or to play. And like for instance tonight, minus 410 on the plus 330. Nice, you like the John Morant. So when you start correlating your information, and then I can check the money line numbers with your information, you're so consistent, dude. I'm telling you, you can change. I mean, you're changing lives, bro. So I'm so glad that I got to tell you that. Keep doing what you're doing. You're a beast. You're an animal. And real people who understand the real deal, the numbers, don't fucking get emotionally attached to anything. Just be specific in what you see, and you write it down every day. Everybody, if you're listening, don't worry about it. Write the numbers down. Follow the plus threes and the minus threes. Correlate that with the money line. It tells you who's going to win the game and who's going to lose every day. You'll always be on track, and you'll never mess up. And here's the best thing. They love that in-game wagering. They love it to where you can scoop it and make big money on that opposite side of the number because they like to scoop money on the other side. So as they're scooping, and the next thing you know, you see the fix. The ball goes off the head. It goes off the arm. They start missing everything. I live here. I live in Las Vegas. I work in Las Vegas. I'm very highly on it, and all I got to say, man, is you are the real deal. You don't fuck around, and if people follow numbers, they'll know your shit is true. Thank you so much, dude.
All right, I'm gonna pay attention to what you're saying. I appreciate it.
Thank you for that.
All right,
Bye-bye.
yeah, have a good one. Yeah, it's funny how a lot of people have learned, and then they've taken the knowledge, and then they've found their niche, and they say, this is the stat that's winning for me. And I suppose when you're in Vegas, it makes it all the easier. You got everything right there at your fingertips. But yeah, it's like everybody who's come in here, most people who've stuck around, they've learned, and then they've figured out the way that their tried and true methods. But right now, again, the one thing that's standing out the last 3 days is just the home and away records. People are picking up the win or loss that corresponds with the day. Just remember, these records you see are not updating with the play-in or the postseason. So I will keep the manual count for all overall records, home and away. We'll keep all that through the playoffs. And yeah, if we don't have any more calls today, that's okay. So again, just one more time, quick summary. The last 3 days, if a team could pick up the home or away win or loss number that corresponded with the date, that's happened in every game. There's been 4 games in the last 3 days. It's gone 4 for 4, all of them. There were 2 yesterday. But Wizards can get the 23rd away loss on the 23rd, and they might just continue to do this here. But Lakers and Suns, I don't see anything you can really sink your teeth into. Last caller seemed to like the Lakers based on his analysis, but the one pattern that I do know that's shown up in history is 44, 144. Today is 144 days after LeBron's birthday, which is a very special number. And when you write out 44 as a word, it's 144. Why is that not in the notes? Must have wrote that somewhere else. 44 equals 144. Lakers can pick up 44th win. Okay. And then the Hawks-Knicks game, yeah, I'm not sure about today, but again, I do think that the Hawks have a chance to sneak out 2 of the first 3. If they did lose this opening game, though, that 21st away loss on Sunday, where Sunday has that pure Gematria 21, gotta watch out for that. I'd feel better about it, though, if it was Monday. 21's hit a lot on Monday. All sports, it seems. But, yeah, I think that's a little bit iffy. And then again, just one more time, my favorite upset play, Grizzlies to get game 1 against the Jazz through Ja Morant, and technically, I suppose, the coach. Because again, one more time, Ja Morant, it's 79 days to his 22nd birthday, and 79 is the 22nd prime, and if Memphis wins today, they get their 22nd away win. And then the coach, Taylor Jenkins, it's 253 days after his birthday, the 22nd triangular number. Utah's also 22. And just as a warning, the 79-253 thing, it's possible that all it's pointing to is that they face Utah today, which they do. But still, just the fact that they can get the 22nd away win, and there's all that value in that game, and Ja Morant's had the last 2 games synced with him and this third, because the next game's not going to be synced with him. So maybe that's where the little 3-game winning streak would end, assuming they won today. Obviously, they just won their last 2 with the play-in. And actually, as I say that out loud, let's see how they finished out the regular season. Let's see what their regular season... Did they have a little streak going in the regular season? These streaks right here are just for the regular season. These don't update with the playoffs. Memphis, no, they did not have any kind of streak going. They lost their last game before the play-in, so they've won 2 in a row. They could win a 3rd straight game today. And yeah. So again, down in the notes, I'm going to continue to update this thread. This thread's going to keep... In this thread, you're going to have all the wins and losses and updated home and away and overall records. So you'll have that for each of the opening round series. And then each day I will put out a separate game notes. And I'll continue to... at the bottom of this... Here, let me scroll to the bottom of this. In case you want to go back and look at stuff, like here I have it linked with the May 22nd games. I'll add the May 23rd here and just keep it going on. So we'll keep a nice index. And again, the purpose of doing this is to keep track of what's hitting and what's not. And so far, my observation in a little less than a week of finally paying attention to basketball is, man, they're going with the most surface level thing. They're going with the home and away win-losses on the day. And they're not doing that for every game, but every game where that's showing up, play-in and playoffs so far, that's a perfect pattern. And now remember, no pattern seems to ever stay perfect, but there will be patterns that get hot where they come in at least 80% of the time, and that's what you're looking for as a gambler. I mean, if you can win 80% of your bets, that is very good win ratio. So... yeah, we can leave it there for now. Be back tomorrow. And tomorrow, the game starts... Let me see what time they start tomorrow. They start later tomorrow, so we'll do tomorrow's stream later in the day. We got 2 games tomorrow. And we got 3 the day after. Okay. All right, so we'll leave it there for now, you guys. Let me check in with the chat one more time. Okay. Oh, hold on. We got one more call, too. Georgia, 470.
Also 22.
470, you got to talk through the phone. You're on.
Yeah, there was something in the news about the Hawks' former player Dominique Wilkins. He was turned away from a restaurant because he wasn't dressed appropriately.
Really?
And so I was looking at the address and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it has something to do with the game today.
You're right.
It happened yesterday.
You're right. To hear about Dominique Wilkins, the longtime Atlanta Hawk. I never knew he was born in Paris, France. Did you know that? He's born in Paris, France, it says. I never knew that.
No.
Okay.
I'm not that great at, decoding stuff. I was just like, this has to have something to do with the game today. But
Well,
I
today
just wanted
today
to-
is 131 days after his birthday, and Atlanta Hawks equals 131. So that's interesting. So that this playoff series is starting on Dominique Wilkins 131 days after his birthday, and this is in the news the day of. Okay.
Mhm. So
They said he was
I don't
denied
know.
because, hold on. Dominique Wilkins says he was straight up denied service at an Atlanta restaurant because of the color of his skin, but the restaurant shot back saying it was simply enforcing a dress code. Okay, I see.
But he said he was dressed, according to the dress code. So.
Sure. So, no, I get it. Here, let me see. Then it was it's a French restaurant, and he's from Paris, France. Okay. Let me see here. I'm just going to see what the gematria is of this restaurant that turned him away. It's 48 like Atlanta. It's 177 like Jesuit Order. It's got the 60 in it like how they code on the N-word. Huh. Atlanta's definitely 48 though. I'm wondering if... Dominique Wilkins, do you remember if he had any history with the New York Knicks? I'm trying to think about any big games in his history. Let's see.
Oh, me? I don't know.
Oh, you don't remember? Okay, I'm glad this is a good tip, though. I'm glad you called in about this. This is the kind of stuff we want to be aware of. There's a clue here. Okay. I'm going to look into it more. I appreciate you calling in about that.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you. Take care. He wore the number 21 to start his career. Man, I don't remember Dominique Wilkins. I don't remember his days. God, let's see how the end of his career went. He went around to a bunch of teams at the end. I forgot about this part of his career. That's because this is the time when I was just like, okay. Okay, let's see. Playoffs. Just seeing his playoff record. He was in 56 playoff games, 47 starts. Hold on, we got Jeremy White calling in. What's up, Jeremy?
Hey, Zach.
Hey, man.
I had a couple of quick thoughts before the stream ended.
Yeah.
I went back and watched my Morant video.
There, you're 81. You pointed out something about Morant in 81 a long time ago.
Yeah, so like his name has 81, and he's born 8/10.
810.
And that was the 81st NCAA tournament where he was playing in.
That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah.
And the team he played for was called Murray State, and Murray ST equals 81.
I see. Let's see.
And then they're from Kentucky.
Was there
I looked at that tournament, and they upset Marquette in the first round as a 12 seed.
Okay. Yeah.
And then they fell short to Florida State in the next game.
And that Florida State team had the player whose dad had just died, who was a former athlete himself. I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought with his star power, they would have put him in the Sweet 16, but they didn't quite make it.
Yeah. It was that Florida State father death. Okay. Did you know that Dominique Wilkins was drafted by the Utah Jazz?
No. I mostly remember him for being on the Hawks.
He was on the Hawks, but he was drafted by the Jazz. He was the third pick of the 82 draft. Today is 131 days after his birthday, like Atlanta Hawks. This restaurant.
See, the Hawks play the Knicks today.
Yeah. And Dominique Wilkins is in the news for being denied entrance to a French restaurant 131 days after his birthday. And the name of the restaurant has the 48 in it, like, again, Atlanta. Let me go back and look at their record one more time. Yeah, whoever loses gets the 30-second loss today. So I wish that could only go one way, but... You watch much
32.
basketball this year? You watch much basketball?
Just like Sports Center.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
I just leave Sports Center on, and then I see the highlights.
Okay. Yeah. This restaurant that this happened at is also known as the Bilbo for short, which does have the 32 in it. Go figure.
131's the 32nd prom.
Or
Right?
exactly. So Atlanta has both those. Atlanta Hawks is 131 and 32. And this might have happened yesterday. Did you say this happened yesterday?
I wonder if that means they're gonna win the first game of the series, or seems like they're trying to build up the Knicks now, the revival of New York basketball and all that.
Well, remember I really thought Zion was going to end up in New York, but then it ended up being R.J. Barrett, his teammate, and then I thought that would mark the return of decent basketball in New York. So I mean, it's not far off the mark, but yeah, I just see that if Atlanta takes 2 of the first 3, they'll be 3-9 versus the Knicks all time, and then you'd have your latest New York 39 thing. But it doesn't mean they need to win today. So, I was gonna look at Dominique Wilkins' career against the playoffs. Let's see. His first ever playoff series was against Boston, then Milwaukee, then Detroit, then Boston, then Indiana, then Detroit, then Milwaukee, then Boston, then Milwaukee, then Detroit, then Chicago, then Orlando, then Philly. He never played New York. So there was never a Dominique Wilkins New York playoff series. I was hoping there would be. Let's see. What did he do in the playoffs? Dominique, 22 wins in the playoffs. 34 losses, 22 and 34. Okay. Well, 3 of the losses were with Boston. 1 was with Orlando. So he had 30 losses with the Hawks. And one of those wins was Boston. 21 wins with the Hawks. That's interesting. 21 wins with the Hawks in the playoffs, and he wore number 21. And here we are in 2021, and the day of the first Hawks playoff game, he's in the news for racism. Racism against him. Huh.
Guess he probably played in the same era as Kwame Brown, didn't he? Maybe
well, I think he was out of the league just before Kwame got in. I think he finished at the end of the 90s, Dominique. Yeah, his last season was 98-99. Yeah. That was before. I think that was before. That's right around the time Shaq went to the. What year did Shaq go to the Lakers? I forget what year he went from Orlando to LA.
That was back when, like you were saying, the games were much more competitive.
And people played defense. I mean, games were defensive back then, especially the East. So.
The other thought I had was here in Fort Worth, there's next week, the Colonial Golf Tournament is going to be here.
Okay.
And I was wondering, I know you had the stuff about the Colonial Pipeline.
Oh, true.
But I haven't read up on it enough to know what the hot numbers are for that. But
well, it happened on May 7th. It happened on the 127th day of the year, and ransomware is 127. And then it was that dark side hackers. But that's the number I'd honestly be looking for, is a connection to that May 7th, 127th day of the year date. Just if there's anything, if that number pops, that could be it, because that was probably the biggest number in the ritual.
Yeah, I'm not sure what golfer would connect to that, but I would imagine they probably tie the two together.
Yeah, I agree with that. So.
Yeah, there's a bunch of signs that are like, Colonial Golf Tournament next week. Be aware of more traffic. Like that.
So that's Dallas Fort Worth area?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We shouldn't have doubted your guy in his 7th playoff game, number 77. He got it done with the old 113. So.
Morant.
No. What's his name? Luka. The new.
Yeah, Doncic.
The shorter version of Dirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the local radio people were excited.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Okay.
Anyway, that's all I got.
All right. Appreciate it, Jeremy. Great observation. Thank you.
All right, talk to you later.
Yeah, the Dominique thing is interesting, but man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking French. I don't know if is there a Frenchman on either team? You got a France player. But yeah, just the fact that both Atlanta and New York have the same record and the numbers could fall either way for either team makes that tricky. So if New York does take game one, and I don't see any indicator either way that who will win tonight, but if New York does win tonight, I would think Atlanta has a great shot to win the next game just because that, like I said, if they take 2 of the first 3, you got that 3-9 thing. And then, of course, the third game would be back in Atlanta. 816?
Hey, Zach.
Yeah, what's up?
Can you hear me?
I hear you, yeah.
Oh, okay. For this playoffs, I was just trying to figure out well, I think we already kind of know the teams going forward. I mean, I didn't figure out. I didn't have. I wasn't really leaning any way with Portland or Denver, but I think after Portland won yesterday, it's probably signed that they're winning probably that series.
Well, and there's a great shot that they win the next game too, because now they can get that 24th away win on the 24th because they won yesterday. So.
Yeah, and one thing I'd seen that they did, and I was waiting for that clue. So, and I think I just pieced it all together because things are usually all around LeBron. But I seen when Carmelo had a pretty good game for them off the bench, and he was returning to, that was his old team. That's where he spent.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if he spent the majority of his time, but he spent basically that's where he got drafted.
Yeah. Yeah. Same draft as LeBron.
Yeah, but it's. So and him and LeBron are really good friends. It's that there's that group of 4 that are really good friends. It's, LeBron, Chris Paul, Carmelo, Dwayne Wade. And so I think they're doing what I thought they was probably going to do last year when OKC went against Houston in that Game 7. I said, well, it's probably a possibility LeBron's about to face off against both of his friends. He faced Carmelo with the Blazers in the first round. He might place it. I thought there was a chance, but we knew the King James riddle. That's why he faced James Harden instead of Chris Paul. I think this year they're doing that. They're about to have LeBron go through all his friends. He's going against Chris Paul.
Paul, then Melo. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, Melo. And then who is part owner of the Utah? Who bought part ownership of the Utah?
I don't know the answer.
About 2 months ago.
I don't know.
Dwayne Wade.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he's like part owner or something, or he got his ownership. You can look it up.
Here, the other thing I got to say about that is they like to do rituals with LeBron and the Blazers ever since he went to the Lakers. Like his first ever game as a Laker was against Portland, and he lost that game. So, again, I like that too. I was thinking Portland was going to get past Denver. I wasn't sure about yesterday's game so much. I liked how it lined up with both stars for Denver, but I still think Portland probably sneak out the series. So, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Phoenix, Portland, Utah. I think that's very likely.
Yeah, exactly, and that will be going against all his buddies.
Sure.
They call them, I guess, the banana boat.
Sure.
The banana boat crew or whatever they call them.
Sure.
So, yeah, and I just thought that'd be despite what they're probably doing. This is Portland thing I wasn't sure until yesterday. I said, hold on, how the hell did I overlook Carmelo? I was like, I don't know why, especially going back to play his old team. So I don't. Anyway, but I think they're doing that, and also I think I typed in. I just went and typed in friend on Gematria. On the Gematriator, just typed in friend, and I see that it equals 75, which I'm sorry, 56. And I just found that funny. Then if you add an S, type in friends at the end of it,
then it's 75. Yeah.
It's 75, 39, 114, 39. I think it is. I remember 39 having a connection to Arizona.
Yeah.
I remember
Arizona's
being
39.
Is it Arizona?
Yeah.
39.
Arizona's 39. Yep.
Portland, Oregon is 75, right?
It is?
And then it
is. Portland, Oregon is 75. You're right. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And then there's a 114 connection with Kobe or something. So And
Kobe
we know that's probably
75.
gonna be a ritual.
Kobe 75.
Kobe 70. Yeah, Kobe 75. There you go.
And
So
Curry by missing the playoffs has now made it to 7 playoffs and missed 5 playoffs. And his name Wardell is 75. So yeah, they're doing the 75 stuff.
Oh, really? I didn't know that one.
Steph Curry's real first
that's
name is
probably
Wardell, just like his dad, because his dad, they're both the same, but he goes by Steph, but his real first name is Wardell, which is 75.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the whole 7. He went to 7 and missed 5. Okay. So that probably explains why he didn't make it.
Somebody called in before that game and brought that up. I was like, ooh, that is an interesting one. Shouldn't have doubted that. So.
And that's kind of how they do things with the NBA that we've seen the past couple years. They'll do something like that. The numbers,
yeah,
like you'll make something and lose. Yeah, so always got to kind of try to find a pattern like that. But yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up with the friend. I thought that was interesting. I think that's probably what they're probably about to do, which would be just hilarious. And then after that, he faces his, I guess, nemesis. So he goes against his friends and he faces his enemies. Like Durant, that's like his biggest competitor. I'm not like real, like they hate each other. But
right.
His top guy, his number one opponent since Paul Pierce, I guess.
Yeah,
has been Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to bring it up. I thought that was interesting. And
all right, appreciate it, man. Great work. Thank you.
Yep.
See you. 586.
Yeah, what's going on, man? It's Rick from Michigan. I was just looking into more of like the seeding when you pay attention to that. I was thinking, LA being 2-1-3, if they were to play Phoenix, then the Nuggets, then Utah, you would get the Lakers playing the 2, the 3, and the 1.
Well, that's great too. Just the 2-3-1's great because 231's the 21st triangular number. It's 2021. Lakers is 21. Playoff starts 73 days after Anthony Davis's birthday, the 21st prime. Their first game, at least.
So there's a lot of 73s going on, and again, I'm not that great at this like you are, or a lot of people are. But I just keep thinking about these seeds, and okay, a lot of 73s going on, 73, 21st prime. I think that the Lakers versus Nets, that's almost just too surface level. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't know anything about basketball or don't know anything about Gematria, people would be like, yeah, that's going to be the two teams. I'm starting to lean Lakers, Bucks, man. I mean, I don't know if I'm wrong or right, but that 7, they could meet up 7 seed versus 3 seed. There's a lot of stuff with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar used to play for the Bucks.
Yeah.
I always bring up that 71-72 season. I mean,
the
odds are pretty good right now.
Again, what I said at the beginning of the year is I like the 56 riddle the best through the Nets because history can repeat itself, and then it just brings Durant and LeBron together because Durant has from Durant's birthday to the start of the finals is a perfect ritual. But I said it, and if you go back and watch before the season began, I said, you'd have to watch out for the other 56 team, the Bucks. I was thinking they were going to do the Kareem Laker. I remember last year I liked Lakers Bucks before the season began because of Kareem, because his name is 74 and it was the 74th NBA season. It's not out of the question, but I really do like the LeBron versus Durant, especially now that they brought James Harden and all these, because we said that before all these people even came over.
I mentioned this before too. It looks like there's 6 divisions in basketball and LeBron's beaten 4 of them. So if they keep with that could be another 6 ritual for him.
Wait, okay, 6 divisions in basketball. LeBron's beaten 4. Which ones does he have left to beat? He
needs to beat the Atlantic and the Central.
Okay,
so in the Central, there's nobody like the Cavs, the Bulls, but they suck ass. The Bucks are in the Atlantic. So if he were to beat the Bucks and then he faces, like, say the Nets flame out, right, and he beats the Bucks this year, what better way to complete the three-peat than to beat the Nets to three-peat next year?
Well, to me,
beating them this year, if they were following the division pattern, is what I'm saying. Because that would make the perfect storyline.
To me, the perfect storyline is for him to face Philadelphia next year and to become 6-6.
Okay, yeah, 76 season. Yeah, that's true. But that's the thing. If they were doing this division thing, then that wouldn't take place. Like, say if they beat the Nets this year and they were doing the division thing, like I'm saying, the Atlantic would be out of the question. Now you got to face someone in the Central. Cavs are in the Central, Bulls are in the Central, Bucks are in the Central. So, like, if they beat the Nets this year and then play the Bucks next year, you know what I mean? That's if they're following this division thing. But it's awfully funny that he's won 4 titles and it's one from each division. He's taken care of 4 of the 6 divisions.
I'm just thinking about it. Who he's beat? So in the West, in the finals, was there a year that he beat Oklahoma City?
He beat when he was in the East. He beat Golden State, the Spurs, and OKC.
Okay, yeah.
When he was in the East. So now he's in the West, and he beat the Heat. So now again, he's only got to beat one team from the Atlantic and one team from the Central.
I see that. That is very interesting.
And it's just awfully funny, man, with all the sixes and with this dude. You know, the 666 could be 6 finals wins, 6 finals losses, and then he beat 6 division teams. And what better way to say he's the GOAT, better than Michael Jordan, better than Kobe, than to just bring up that stat, too. Well, he beat one team in all the divisions. That's never been done. That'll never be done again. Because think about that. If this wasn't all rigged and scripted, that would be impossible. The odds of that happening would be trillions to 1. You know what I mean?
Sure. It's an interesting thought. I mean, it doesn't have to go that way, but I mean, it is an interesting thought. It could happen. No. So yeah.
And then another thing with the 2-1-3. Obviously, I'm sure I've said this before. Just he won 2 in Miami, 1 in Cleveland. If he wins 3 in LA, there's your 2-1-3 as well.
Right. Yeah.
And then I wanted to just call in and say some stuff about the, like when you type in stuff into the Gematrinator, like you were saying, pay attention to quotes and stuff that they say, right? So LeBron, like a week ago, before this all started, he said the road to back-to-back begins a week from now. When you type that in, you get the 619.
Okay.
King James 619.
Here,
real
quick, I just want to remind people. So Kevin Durant's birthday is September 29th, and from his birthday to the start of the finals is his 283rd day of his age, which is the 61st prime, and finals is 61. And if I'm not mistaken, I think even the name Kevin is 61 as well.
Oh, you know what? And I've told you this too. It's the 61st season in LA. 61 to 18th prime, going for 18.
That was one of the things we talked about before the year, because right, exactly. 61's the 18th prime as well, and then LeBron's 18th season. So I still really like Nets, Lakers. Just it ties in with the baseball thing, because again, Chadwick Boseman, Jackie Robinson, just all this stuff. The Brooklyn Dodgers, so. Unless Brooklyn's eliminated, unless Brooklyn or LA's eliminated, I'm gonna ride that one through, because I think the ritual's right. So.
Yeah, I was just thinking for all the people who bet futures or whatever, that because they would take a hit on that, but in the same time you could look at, so if it is Nets Lakers, the general public's going to be all over the Nets and be like, there's no way LeBron at 36 can beat this super team or whatever.
That's kind of, and remember, Durant changed his name. Durant changed his number to 7 this year in the year of 7.
Yeah, to 7. Yeah, that's a little fucked up for sure. All right, a couple more things, and then I'll let you go. I don't know if you ever heard about this. Sorry about that. Then the Brooklyn Nets and the Boston Red Sox. So you know how they said he bought into a piece of the Boston Red Sox or whatever. This guy's been wearing a Red Sox hat in his post games or interviews, and he's just got an R on it. And if you just put R into the Gematrinator, it's 18.
Yeah.
I thought that was
and baseball's 18. And he did that on his 77th day of his age, remember, because Boston and Red Sox are 77, just like how Boston and LA going as the 7 seeds.
Yeah, it's unreal. And then the Brooklyn Nets and the Boston Red Sox had the same exact gematria in all 4 ciphers.
Say which ones do?
Brooklyn Nets and Boston Red Sox literally have the same exact gematria in all 4. 170, 53, 154, and 64. And I know that 154. I've
That's
seen
King
that
James. King James is 154.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nets and Boston Red Sox are literally the same exact 4. 170, 53, 154, and 64.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And then some other things that I was showing. I don't want to sit here and ramble all day, but I just been noticing so much stuff. Okay, so when you type in Big 3 into the Gematrinator, just big and then the number 3, you get 3 21s and a 66. I don't know if you're on there looking at it right now, but
well, you must just be when you're writing the number 3. I see.
Yeah, you just big and then 3, not spell out 3, just the number 3. Big 3. It's 21, 21, 66, and 21. That's crazy. And then one more, the big 3. When you just the big and then the number 3, you get Kobe and LeBron, 54, 36, 114, and 33.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. I gotta ride the Lakers and Brooklyn through, man. I like it, and especially the fact that they ended up as 7-2 seeds in the year of the 72 game season. I noticed yesterday Boston started out 7-2 against Brooklyn. Started out with a little lead early. So
yeah, and then a couple more if you're still on there. If you type in 2021 NBA champion LA Lakers in the most pure cipher, you get 81. The 4 is 180, 81. 343 and 118.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting.
And then it gets even better. If you do 2021 NBA champion Los Angeles Lakers, not LA Lakers, but Los Angeles Lakers, you get LeBron and Kobe. In full reduction, you get 114. And then the last one, reverse full reduction, I believe it is 157. LeBron and Kobe in that as well.
Okay. Hey, by the way, I don't know if I said this before, but from the day that Kobe died to the start of the finals is 529 days, which has the square root of 23.
You said that.
Square root of 23.
I remember you saying that.
And then the Lakers are starting the playoffs on the 23rd, so it's also 75 weeks in 4 days because Kobe's 75. It's the 75th NBA season. So that is interesting.
I have so many notes here. I gotta keep it better. There's just so many when you do the date number or when you do dates from dates. You know what I mean? Like you got the throw a couple out here, and I'll get off here for you. Like say when Kobe died, 126 to when Tiger Woods got injured, 223. It was 4 weeks in 1 day. I just been noticing that a lot. So it's like, what was it? From the start of the playoffs to a possible Game 6, which is 7/19. Again, I've said LeBron James. It's 201 days from his birthday to Game 6 of the finals. It's also 6 months and 19 days. We know the 6/19 with the real King James. So I'm thinking it's going to end at 6. It could possibly end at 7. But from the start of their playoffs today to that is 58 days, which would be, championship 58, Kobe Bryant, all that. It's so crazy how they do this, man.
It is.
But I mean, you gotta just, man, like from, they get it when he got hurt on March 20th to Game 3, which is the 12th, is 114 days, LeBron James number. It's just, I just been taking the big ones would be from his birthday to whatever happens, or from, Tiger Woods' car crash to whatever happened, or from when he first got injured, March 20th to whatever is going to happen, or when he came back April 30th. And it's mind-blowing how they do this.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate the observations.
One more real quick. When they said he bought a piece of the Red Sox from 3/16 to the start of the NBA Finals, 7/8 is exactly 114 days.
Right.
So,
yeah, we got that one.
Yep. All over the Lakers, but it's crazy, man. But all right, man, take it easy.
All right, appreciate it. Yeah, don't forget the Tiger Woods car accident, February 23rd, the 54th day of the year, was 135 days before the start of the NBA Finals, and Tiger Woods, remember his name is 135 forwards and backwards and 54 forwards and backwards. And, of course, Kobe Bean Bryant is 135 and 54, but Tiger supposedly hurt in L.A., 135 days before the start of the finals on the 54th day of the year. So a lot of things pointing to why LA should be there. And I mean, I know a lot of you guys are messaging that you like Philly now because of the Kobe thing. Again, it's an ongoing narrative. It could very well be Philly and LA next year in the 76th NBA season. And for people who think that kind of stuff's too obvious, remember that NBA is the league of obvious. A lot of times, exactly what everyone expects is exactly what happens in the NBA. The NBA is not really a surprises league. And what was the other thought about that? There was one more thing I wanted to say there. Slipped out. Oh, well. So, anyhow, again, the notes down below, things I'm looking for today. The pattern to continue, 3 days straight. There's been 4 games in the last 3 days, and they're 4 for 4. The surface level riddle hit. If the Wizards lose today, they would continue the pattern. They'd get the 23rd away loss on the 23rd of the month. Again, you don't see the full away record because it didn't update what happened in the play-in game. But Wizards can get the 23rd away loss on the 23rd. To me, Lakers and Suns. Of course, I like the Lakers to win the series. I didn't see any really great indicators for today. Hold on, we got one more call. I'm trying to go through things. 604.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah.
I don't know if you mentioned this, but in Space Jam 2, LeBron's new movie, he has to go against the Goon Squad. And if you type in Goon Squad, there's 40 and 41.
Is that really what they're called in the movie? Is the Goon Squad?
Yeah.
So it's just like Brooklyn then.
Yeah.
It's got that
and also,
one
with Dominic Wilkins. His brother Gerald played for New York, the Knicks.
Oh, Gerald Wilkins. Okay.
So I don't know there. Yeah. Just wanted to point that out.
That's a good observation. Let me just see how it lines up with him. So maybe this whole series is about Dominique and his brother. His birthday is September 11th, his brother. He was born in Atlanta. Yeah. Okay. Well, good observation.
It was one of the best. Hey, yeah, thanks.
All right. Take care, man. Okay, so we got the Wilkins Brothers series. Yeah, weird. That's weird that it's 254 days after his brother's birthday because September 11th is the 254th day of the year. Huh. Interesting. Which means it's 111 days to his upcoming birthday, and New York is 111. We got to add that to the notes. Something's going on here with the Wilkins brothers. So if we can't figure it out today, we might figure it out. But it's 111 days to the New York brothers' birthday, and New York is 111. 614?
Yeah, hey, Zach, it's John calling.
Hey, what's up, John?
Hey, man.
Hey, by the way, you were absolutely right about all the 21s with Memphis. Good job.
Well, with this thing here, man, I just want to throw some numbers out for you. I don't know if I didn't get a chance to even look at your notes. I just seen your live stream pop up on my phone real quick. So, I know you like the Morant 22 riddle and everything. It's did you see that it's 253 days from the Grizzly coach's Taylor Jenkins' past birthday?
Yep, 22nd triangular number. Yep.
And that he can pick up his 253rd career loss.
Oh, I don't think I have in his full regular season and postseason stats, so he could also get the 200.
Yeah, I added him up. I was like, look at that crap, man. I was like, damn, that's an alignment.
Here, let me get him up here real quick. Taylor Jenkins, let's see. Okay. As a coach. Wait a minute. You said he can get his 253rd loss?
Career loss, yeah.
I got him as 74 and 73 for his career. Because it's only his second year as head coach.
Hold on. Now this is for the Utah Jazz. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm positive it's correct, man.
Because he's only coached 2 seasons as a head coach.
Guess I'm looking at somebody's.
Yeah, you might have crossed your notes.
No. Oh, hold on. What's his name?
Taylor Jenkins. It is 253 days after his birthday because I got that. That was that was a positive indicator for me for the potential 22nd pickup against Utah.
Just let me type this in because I'm positive. I went to the Basketball Reference. Is that what you're using? Mm-hmm.
Taylor Jenkins, 72 and 73 in the regular season, plus he's now 2-0 in those playing games. Unless he could also maybe he had a play-in game that was actually part of his stats last year where he lost against Portland. That's not up there too. Now that I think about that, so it could be.
Oh, where the hell did I get that information from? Let me see here. Regular season career. Yeah, I must have crossed. Don't even look right. Oh! No, I'm talking about the coach for Utah. Isn't it Quinn Snyder?
Quinn Snyder's the coach of Utah, yeah?
Yeah, it's Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder can pick up his 250. Quinn Snyder can pick up that number.
253rd loss or win?
Loss.
Well, that's extra encouragement right there. That's that value game to me.
Let's look that up real quick. Let me see, I'm typing it in real quick. I'm pretty sure.
Here, I'll do it right now. Quinn Snyder. I was just trying to get this note in here about the Wilkins brothers.
His birthday's on 10/30.
Yeah, his next loss, because he's got 231 in the regular season and 22 in the postseason, so he's at 252. He could get his 253rd loss today, Quinn Snyder. That is right.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy, man. And his birthday's on 10/30. So from his past birthday to, let's see, today's game, which is 5/23, is... Yeah, that's 29, 2 weeks too. It must be his upcoming birthday on 10/30. It's 5/23.
Well, that what you just observed is just more ammunition for a Grizzlies potential upset. They got a lot of value today.
What's 10/30 of 2021?
His birthday's October 30th. Today's 205 days after his birthday, or 206th day of his age. I mean, it's 160 to his upcoming birthday.
Did you see John Morant's alignment with I think his past birthday to today's game is a span of 41 weeks, and they can pick up that 41st win?
That's true. That's that 287 that keeps showing up in sports. Like LeBron won the finals last year, 287 days from his birthday. So there is something to that 287. You're right about 41 weeks and 41 win.
And that's all I had on that one. I just seen that. I was like, man, that's crazy as hell, man. Phoenix, I like Phoenix in this one, man. Because we know how LeBron James does drop a lot of game ones in the series.
Somebody said he could get Somebody said, I didn't check it, but somebody said LeBron could get his 21st Game 1 series loss today.
Wow.
So I gotta confirm that that's true, but Sunday's got the 21 connection. So.
And there's an interesting 85 connection in favor of Phoenix. It says Phoenix can improve to 85 in the division because it's a division opponent, of course.
What do you mean 85? What do you mean they can improve to 85?
Huh?
What do you mean they improve to 85?
They can improve to 8-5 in the division.
Oh, okay. I know historically those division stats, once you get in the playoffs, they don't seem to be too helpful historically. So.
Well, the last time when we did the Lakers, when them and Golden State played that last playing game, they both hit that 58 and 58, and they came through.
Well, I mean, it could be a coincidence, though. We expect the Lakers to get the 7th seed. So. Yeah, it's possible.
Well, here's what I got with that 8-5. Phoenix Suns Arena equals 85. Reverse full reduction. Phoenix Arizona equals 85 full reduction, and Los Angeles Lakers equals 85 single reduction. And then, Chris Paul, he's 32-23 in his career versus the Lakers, and today has that 33-date numerology. And he can also stay on those 23 losses on the 23rd. So he's 32-23 on a 33-date, and today is the 23rd. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
So Chris Paul could become 23-33 versus the Lakers today.
No, he's 32-23 in his career.
Oh, okay. So he can become 33-23. I see.
Yeah. And then LA Lakers, of course, equals 137 in reverse ordinal, which is the 33rd prime. And the last thing I saw is I was liking before we figured out that they were including those playing games as playoff games. I had actually thought the Lakers could improve to 17-5, but we found out that wasn't the case. And
so
then
now
I was thinking the same thing today. I was like, oh,
now they can improve to 17-5. Vogel.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, well, they can get it today then. And then I seen that Phoenix, Arizona equals 175, and I liked it even more. But then I seen some more numbers, and I was like, no. Especially when I saw the Chris Paul alignment and the 85 alignment. Then I seen that Frank Vogel is coaching in his 166th game with the Lakers, right? And he can fall to 16-6 in his playoff career. And Monty Williams equals 166.
The opposing coach?
Yeah. So there's a triple, like 166 line. I was like, man. I like Phoenix, man.
Okay. I think
money coming in on that.
I think there's a good chance
if Lakers won.
I think there's a good chance this series goes 7 games. I think there's a real good chance it goes 7 games of this series. So.
Yeah, I think they're going to split these first 2, whether it's today or the next game, and then go back to LA up tied 1-1. The other thing is Anthony Davis. He's 18-6 versus the Suns in his career, so he could hit that 18-7. That isn't that a Society of Jesus or something?
Mm-hmm.
So I seen that. I was like, man, that's a big number, that 187. I was like, he could hit that today and then hit the 197 in the next game. And there's something with Phoenix that equals. There's something equals 197. Either Los Angeles or Los Angeles, California equals 197. So if they split, he could go back to California with a 19-7 record against Phoenix in his career.
Okay.
But, yeah, it doesn't have to work that way, but I just kind of like Phoenix today, man. Because everybody's going to be on the Lakers. Oh, man, they're only 2-point dogs. They just came back and they beat Golden State in a big game. Money's coming in on them right now. The line's dropped, and I'm like, I ain't buying it. I think the Lakers are going down.
Yeah, I think that game's a little bit dangerous just because, like, if Vogel did win, that 175 thing would make sense. The other thing that would make sense for LeBron is it's 144 days after his birthday, and when you write out 44 as a word, it's 144. Those numbers are like peas in a pod, and the Lakers can get their 44th win today. But
yeah, I did see that.
I won't be surprised by whoever wins that game, though. I'm not crazy about that one. Again, the big favorite's no fun, but I'll be shocked if the 76ers don't win because the pattern would just, on the surface, Wizards 23rd away loss on the 23rd. Again, the last 3 days, that's been the way the games have gone. And then I like the upset tonight because of the value. I like that one. And I'm trying to think if this Dominique Wilkins, Gerald Wilkins thing is telling us what's going to happen here today.
Did you see that they could improve? The Philly could improve to 50-23 on 5/20. That very surface level thing.
Say it again.
That's crazy. How it's just so surface, like right out there in your face. Like they can improve to 50-23 on 5/23.
Who can?
This is crazy, man. Philadelphia. Yeah, they're 49-23 right now.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. 5-2-3, like the date. That's funny.
It's just right in the face, man. And like you said, the thing, Washington's right in the face. It's just like right out there.
I have a feeling that series is going to be a sweep. I have a feeling. It's also, I noticed that the 76ers can become 30-7 at home because today's 307 days from Ben Simmons' birthday. So.
Mm-hmm. You see, Scott Brooks had some nice numbers. You remember how we say that they love to pair that 9 and 11 number together. So Brooks can fall to 9 and 11 in his career in playoff games. And, of course, we know that 9-11 is 156 prime. And when you write out Philadelphia 76ers like 7.6 ERS, it equals 156 English ordinal.
Okay. It doesn't look like I wrote down Scott Brooks' record with just Washington for my stats. I noticed if he gets swept, he's 48-48 in the playoffs all time. Like Philadelphia's 2-2-3, the 48th prime.
Yeah.
He would fall to 9 and 11 today. Yeah, I think that game already started.
Yeah.
That game should have already started.
Yeah, it already started. And then Philadelphia 76ers equals 156. So I was like, man, I think they got that right. And like you said, the 48, the sweet possibility sitting there, the number sitting there with the 48s. I was like, yeah, there's no way I can't bet the money line on them. Parlay it with the Phoenix. Phoenix may not come through, but, I'm a gambler.
That Memphis one, though, man, Memphis will take you there. If you just had that game with Memphis, that'd be a nice payout. And that hit.
Oh, man.
That's what I've been saying since the beginning. Those are my games today. I'm taking the favorite and the dog for those games.
Mm-hmm. I'm sitting here in the casino. Everybody's loving Utah.
Yeah, that's a good sign for us.
They're just sitting here with their drinks. They have no clue, man. I'm just sitting around them. I'm up here writing down notes and writing down start because I'm making a database of all the star players that are remaining in the playoffs. I'm writing down all their name numerologies, all their birthdays and stuff like that. I have all the coaches done, but I'm doing every star player. And I'm sitting there writing this stuff down, and just people are just drinking alcohol this early in the morning,
right.
laughing and joking.
Yeah. All right, hard work's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off, man. Keep it up, John.
Talking about how they got Washington to win and Washington to cover and all this stuff. I'm like, these people don't have a clue, man.
Yeah. 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 All right, man. Let's hope for our upset. Appreciate it, John.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, man. Great work, man.
All right. Yeah, take care.
All right.
See ya. Yeah, that I do like the additional note about how Quinn can also get the 253rd loss on the other side. That's another 22. Only thing that could make this better if it was on the 22nd, but still. Yeah, I think we can leave it there for now, you guys. Again, we'll be back tomorrow before the games. I am going to keep track throughout the entire playoffs. And again, like I said, coming back rusty, but we're gonna dig into the patterns that matter. And right now, that surface level stuff, it's reminding me it usually is just the surface level. Hold on, we got one more call from No Caller ID, and then we're out of here. What's up, No Caller ID?
Hello. I was wondering, today is the 235, right? That's the 99th prime, or is it 523? That's the 99th prime.
523 is the 99th prime. You could write today's day like that, 5/23. Yeah, you see something with that?
Yeah, hold on. I got some notes. Hold on. I was lining up with that. Sorry, every time you start, I just end up to be outside.
Okay, I'm waiting for you.
I can't find. I think Philadelphia's home loss has the double 99. If you could double check that for me, I'm not sure. I can't find the notes right now, but
Philadelphia
home loss. I think it has double 99 Gematria.
Oh, you mean if you write out the words? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
And I was about to.
Go ahead.
It's not showing up, and then the 222 that George Washington's birthday. I was just wondering, if that has something to do with it, because I know today it leaves 222 days, I think.
Today leaves 222 days left in the year. I see your thoughts. All right, you're seeing if there could be an upset with the Washington-Philly game. I'll be surprised if that's an upset. I think Philly gets it done there.
And I had another thing about Game 7 on June 5th. I found it funny that the Lakers and Suns start today, and the Nets and what is that? The Nets, who they play again?
The Nets played Boston yesterday.
Yeah, they played Boston yesterday, but if they both go to Game 7, both of those is on June 5th. Their Game 7 date is on June 5th. And I just find that weird because usually you play every other day. So how they line that up, I find that weird. That I think Game 7 in the year 7 could be a big 56 ritual on June 5th. Because what made me look at that is because I don't know if you know about DraftKings, but I was on DraftKings and they picked this new thing that they have called series, and they just use two random series to do it for. And they used the Lakers and the Celtics series, and that's how I realized both of those end on Game 7 at 6-5 because they show the date for all the games.
Yeah, I really do think the Lakers-Suns series has a strong chance to go to that date, the Lakers and Suns, because if it does and the Suns coach lost, he get his 263rd loss, the 56th prime, and that game is on 5-6. So.
Yeah. That's and then the Nets line up with that too, but their games started 2 different days. I just found that weird. And then the other thing I was about to say was, with Kevin Garnett and Kobe Bryant going in the Hall of Fame this year, I didn't know that. I just found it out recently. I was watching a documentary, and they give Kevin Garnett credit for all of these high school players that came in the NBA in the late 90s, early 2000s. He was the one that started that trend. I know Moses Malone and all of them came before him, but he's the one that started the trend with Kobe and LeBron and all of them. So I just realized that, and then what I was about to say was I think that damn, I wish I could see my note. Yeah, what was I about to say with that? Damn. No, damn, I can't remember. With all of these new kids that was declared for high school, and it's a new age with Space Jam New Legacy. I feel like there's a whole bunch of new stars that we're about to watch, like Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, John Morant. Like I think they're about to come out their shell. Like this whole season.
Yeah, I hear you. The new generation of stars, because all the guys like LeBron and Curry are getting up there in years. So yeah, I hear what you're saying, man.
Yeah, Space Jam New Legacy coming out.
Yeah.
That's why. So yeah, that's why I just want to throw that out there so people could be more into that.
All right. Appreciate those thoughts. Interesting. All right, thanks, man. All right, if the Wizards upset, he called it. But I can't go against that surface level thing. Like I said, 3 days in a row, all 4 games in the last 3 days with the surface thing. Boom, 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 boom. So, but again, there's no patterns that always stay perfect, but there's ones that are really good and the ones that you can feel the most confidence in. So that's what we're after. But let's leave it there for now, you guys. Be back tomorrow. We won't be as early tomorrow. We had to go early today because wanted to start more than an hour before the first game. But, yeah, tonight's last game. That's where the big value is. I think there's a pretty decent shot right there. So leave it like that for now. And, again, be back tomorrow. And no set time on tomorrow, but definitely hours before the game. Plenty of time before the game. And I do believe there's only 2 games to go over tomorrow. So, or whoops, I got on the wrong day. Tomorrow is the Monday the 24th. Yeah, there's just 2 games. Heat at Bucks, Blazers at Nuggets. And again, remember, they're not updating the stats on here, so I'll keep them updated, but just remember when you look at it, these stats are not up to date. So tomorrow, assuming that the pattern continues today, the Blazers will have a shot at the 24th away win on the 24th tomorrow. And, again, that's been the most consistent thing I've zeroed in on since they started. So leave it there, you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and see you tomorrow. Until next time.